For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Hello again, my name is Paul Dingeman. Glad you are along for this edition of the Focus program. We've got Kathy Vertin to start the program, and then we've got some other great guests lined up too, including Denny Askew from St. Mary's Catholic Church, talk about their fall festival, and Alice Reeves from Mid-City Nutrition talking about empty bowls, and what a great program that is. But Kathy Vertin, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
You were here a few weeks ago to kick off an exciting summer outdoor theater event, which you said you always wanted to do outdoor theater.
It's been wonderful. It really has. We had to move fast. We had 3 weeks to put together a summer of entertainment, a variety of entertainment, but we did it. And I want to say that Jeff Boehm, Commissioner Boehm, is really good at his job. Because basically, we went to him. He really tried to help us get it done in Marine City. He always leads with, I'm a St. Clair guy, but he really helps around the whole region. And then when we said, can we do it in St. Clair? He was like, let's see if we can. And all I had to do for all of this is just focus on getting productions up. Me and my team got to focus on getting this schedule together because the city and Jeff took care of everything else. Even the fundraising, which has been extraordinary. We have had wonderful support through our sponsors, and we couldn't have done it without them.
Well, you've had some great acts. Alexander Zonchek.
Yes.
We've had some. Normally he comes every summer for a big jazz festival, but he understood what was going on and he came up.
Yeah, but he was so happy to come back.
Oh yeah.
He really was. He's terrific to work with. We've had some really high-end, high-energy bands. And even last night, we had a really terrific band in the park, and the band members were really struck by how many people walked by the stage and said, thank you, we so needed this.
Wow.
So, I tell people when they say, why are you doing this? I say, because I think through this whole virus situation, we've been treating the human body like a machine, a series of organs that we have to keep safe at all costs. But we're more than that. People have a soul. People have a spirit, a human spirit, and we also have a need. We're pack animals. We want to interrelate, and we want to be together.
We do.
So I think we found a good compromise. We found a way to do that and still be safe and still be able to, feel like we're putting enough distance between us, but there's something to sitting together and clapping to a band or laughing at a comedian or, singing along with something. That's a camaraderie that I think we've been missing.
That's absolutely true. My wife and I were watching, we touched base on the Democratic National Convention yesterday. And the same thing you're saying, there was no audience, there was no people. It'll be a different experience. It'll be interesting to see what the Republicans do the following week. But the same phenomenon of people being together and saying, yay, this is great, or boo, that's bad.
Right. And I think you can take anything too far.
Yeah.
I really do. And I think, we maybe have taken it too far. I also don't want to become lax because I don't think anyone wants to die.
Right.
Everybody's being careful. Everybody's being very sensible. People are responsible by nature. They really are. So it's been really fun.
One of the things I heard on the street the other day, people like the Bistro are so pleased with what's going on because they're getting customers that they didn't expect in the evening after performances.
Right. And that's another concern of mine. I'm a small business gal. I was raised in a family business and worked in family businesses my whole life. I think what's happening right now to small businesses across America is very disheartening. That's of great concern to me. So I personally support the small businesses first right now. I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's my mission. And I wanted to see that happen. I wanted to see these little businesses. This whole region has just been thriving over the last 5-6 years. We've seen all of the towns just bustling. And I don't want that to go backwards.
Right.
I love living out here. I love that that's happening. I don't want it to go backwards. So to hear that they're getting business off of it and the stores are getting more business, that is the goal. I mean, that's important.
Let's talk about what's coming up this week. You've got some other great acts, and tell me about them.
We do. We have Norm Stulls. He's just a fantastic comedian, and actually I was in a comedy club, and he was telling all these jokes about my baby sister and her best friend, my baby sister and her best friend, because his sisters, we're younger than Norm. I was the best friend, and it wasn't until I heard the third story, and I went, he's really embellishing, but I went, oh my gosh, I'm the best friend. So we reconnected, and he has done the Snug Theater for us a couple of times. So he'll be up. He's a fantastic comedian. It'll be a lot of fun. That's on Thursday. Wednesday, we have a band called Yam House.
I looked them up on the web. They're pretty interesting.
They're fantastic.
Out of
they play
Wisconsin?
Big arenas in Minneapolis.
Okay.
They play big arenas at home. I know the mom and dad. I know the mom and dad. They're good friends of ours, so that's how we're going to get them to come in. They're a fantastic, fun band, really fun band. Young people will love them too.
Okay.
I mean, even my grandson, really enjoys that band. So
what kind of music they play?
Pop, a lot of pop music.
Okay.
They've got a lot of their own original music. They also do covers, so music that people will recognize, and it's just high energy and a lot of fun.
Okay.
So that'll be a good one. And then on the weekends, we're doing our productions. So we have Aaron, Aaron and Brittany Smith.
Right.
They're staples at Riverbank Theater, and they're so important to what we do there.
Right.
So it's nice to keep them busy this summer.
Correct.
And they are doing Pete and Keeley, which is a musical production. It's a comedy. It's a fun show that James Hindman from Broadway wrote. He also came in and directed it while he was in town. So they're doing a great job with that. We got rained out last Saturday on that one, but
Good. We
that's
needed
the only
the rain.
one.
We needed
I know,
the
it's
rain.
the only one we've had. So they will be back on stage weekends, right up and into Labor Day weekend. They'll do their last production on Labor Day weekend, and then we will debut our next production, which is The Big Bang, which is the history of the universe, and it's very, very, very funny.
Those two also had a great run with Frozen with the students.
They
Tell me
did.
about the students and how
That
many
was-
kids you had participate.
Well, it kept growing. First it was 30, then 40, and then 50. And it was just so good to see these kids in the park. We split them up. We've got multiple educators involved in our camps, so we can break the kids into smaller groups and move them around the park. And then we put them all together, and we had an upper stage and a lower stage, and we had them perform the show Frozen, which was kind of fun in the hot, blistering sun. But it was really fun to see, and they did a great job. I love to watch Aaron with those kids. He heads the education program, and Brittany, she equally, talented. You see them with these kids, and they just can get so much out of them in 1 week. One week they put a production together.
And the crowds were great. I drove by a couple times, and the kids looked like they were having fun, as they always do in those camp shows.
They had a ball. Yes, they did. And the St. Clair Rotary made a nice donation to us to sponsor that. So that was nice. We've had a lot of the Community Foundation is sponsored. Oh my goodness, we've got a whole list. I'm going to send you the whole list of sponsors. I'd love it if you'd put that up.
We'll do.
Give them a little credit, because it's been really nice to have that kind of support.
So let's go through what's going to happen this week again.
Okay, we have Wednesday, Yam House. So all these are 7 o'clock start times. So Yam House, great band. We call it electro pop music.
Okay.
Then we have Norm Stelz and Steve Lindis is opener. That's happening on Thursday night, 7 o'clock. And then Pete and Keeley will be on Friday and Saturday with Aaron and Brittany Smith headlining that, starring in that. And then we go into Labor Day weekend. We will have another comedian coming in, Sal D'Amelio, he's great. We're adding to it because we have Aaron and Brittany doing Pete and Keeley, and then we open The Big Bang, which is our next production, on Saturday night. But then on Sunday, we have Anita Newby. She did.
Heard that name.
Yes, you have. She's been in a lot of our productions.
Right,
she was the lead in Sister Act.
Okay, yeah.
Phenomenal voice. Right. And she's been on cruise ships performing, but they're not out there, so we got Anita back, and we're thrilled to have her. And she's putting together a cabaret show that's called The Sounds of Detroit. So she's going to be doing a lot of the Motown songs that we're so familiar with. And
good.
Man, can that girl sing. She's got one heck of a voice. So she will be doing that on Sunday at 7 o'clock. We're treating Sunday kind of like Saturday that weekend, because, it's a long weekend with Labor Day.
Okay, very good. And then any conversation about what's going to happen at the Snug and the Riverbank in the fall, or we just have to wait till things sort of
We
Wait.
have to, yeah, we are closed. We
Okay.
are forced closed.
You're still going to be closed.
Not happy about it, but
That's
I'm
called
doing
life.
what I have to do, and
Yep.
we're finding a workaround. This was a workaround, and it worked so well that we're going to talk about maybe doing something like this up here again next year.
Good.
And I'm talking right now with my team and with Commissioner Bohm, and then we'll ask him to arrange the appropriate meetings with the city to see if we could do something maybe in October. We have a Youth for Youth program, and they were slated to do a Halloween production, so that could be a fun thing to continue with. October's still good and nice enough weather.
Yep.
And see if we can just keep a little of this going. I think it's feeding the souls of the folks.
Well, I think your comment at the beginning there, where the people said, they really needed it.
Yes.
And they appreciate what's happening. And there's an old sales adage, find a need and fill it, and I think you've done that.
Well, I hope so. It's certainly filled my soul.
Her name is Kathy Vertin from Riverbank Theater, from the Snug Theater, and from Riverbank on the Road.
Riverbank on the Road. It's kind of fun. We'll keep that going.
We'll have you back, Kathy.
Thanks.
We'll be back with our next guest in just a second. Mary's Catholic Church here in beautiful St. Clair has been around for over 100 years, and we have got a fall festival which has been going on for over 46. This will be the 46th year. So joining us to tell us all the details, Joanne Westrick, nice to see you.
Nice
Welcome
to
back
see you,
to the
Paul.
Focus Show. And Professor Dennis, did he ask you?
I've been called a lot of things. But,
Never Professor?
That one has escaped me, I think.
Well, it was about time somebody
right.
called you
I appreciate
Professor.
it. Good.
It's the gray hair.
That'll do it.
It's distinguished. Joanne, what's going on?
Well, as you said, it's the 46th annual St. Mary's Fall Festival, and with everything going on with the COVID-19, it took us a while to put something together, but we certainly didn't want to lose a year. That tradition is so powerful. So we put our thinking caps on, and the committee came together, and we were able to still pull off a festival, but it scaled down a little bit. Got some great activities that our parish and the community can engage in and still be socially distant, but yet have some fun.
Carnival rides?
Not this year.
Okay, well, that's understandable.
Yes.
Beer tent?
No beer tent.
That's understandable.
What we're able to provide is the center, believe it or not, is our white elephant.
Okay.
The treasures that come in from antiques to, collectibles to baskets, different things. We're able to do that and do that safely. We really looked at what can we, still do, provide the community with some activities. So we will have the white elephant. We're going to have some raffles this year. We have a beautiful handmade quilt that we'll be raffling off. We've got some baskets. Our parishioners really come through for us with the things that they put together. And our famous St. Mary's pies are back. The ladies and
I've sampled many of those pies over the years.
We have the young ladies group, which are going to be working with their mothers in our kitchen making
Great idea.
the pies, and they'll be frozen, and you'll be able to keep them and serve them for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, and some other things that we'll provide. And we're fortunate enough also to have the Knights of Columbus join with us to provide our annual chicken dinner.
Good.
It'll be a little bit different because it'll be a pre-sale. You'll get your ticket, you'll drive up, and we'll give you a takeout. Weather permitting, you may be able to have dinner in the pavilion out at the KFC Hall on Rattle Run.
All right.
And the other thing we have going on is our annual raffle. Top prize is $6,000. Tickets are $5. And all of our activities, you can get more information by going online, visiting us on Facebook, calling the school or the church at 329-4150. We can answer all of your questions. And then we also have our golf outing this year, which is back. So
Let's go. I have one question about the white elephant sale. You
Yes.
did that, was that first year or the last year?
Oh, we've done that.
Or in the gym, I mean.
Oh, yes,
gym,
yes.
yes.
Last year.
And you're going to do it in the gym
Yes,
again
the
this year?
ladies have been working for a solid month, putting everything together. Everything that comes in is sanitized, cleaned, and then put on the tables. They're working in their masks and preparing. But if you didn't get a chance to go last
Oh,
year,
it was amazing.
they separate everything into categories. It's just, it's just wonderful. But the number of hours that they put in, they're working diligently, so they're still accepting donations. So if anybody has anything they want to drop off, the door is open from 9 to 1 on the Orchard Street side of the gym.
See, last year we were still over at 301 North 6th,
Oh, yes.
so I could spy on them and see what was coming in and what was going out.
Oh, yes.
And now that we're here in City Hall building, I don't get to watch them as keep neighborhood watch on them.
Well, the one thing that is wonderful is they really try to repurpose every single thing.
Yes.
So any nonprofits, when this is done, they've already reached out to them to come, take whatever's left. They throw very few things away. They really do that, and that's a lot of work after the fact.
Then we've got the Golf Pro.
Yeah.
Dennis Askew, the Golf Pro,
True.
here to talk to us about the other event.
So the golf outing, this will be our second golf outing.
Okay.
We had one in 2018. We needed to skip a year to kind of reassess the program. We partnered it with the festival because the festival at its root is a community event.
Right.
And we didn't want to lose
Homecoming kind of thing.
It's kind of a homecoming thing, and getting people out in the fresh air and chasing the little white ball around and having some fun and being together. It's not a denominational standpoint. It's not a Catholic thing. It's a community thing.
Right.
And we're happy to host it and partner with the festival. In doing so, we've given our sponsors a lot of bang for their buck. So now the sponsors who have stepped up nicely, we have a list we can run down, and for a shameless plug later, they're getting a twofer. They're getting their signs at the tee boxes, the greens, stationed at the awards banquet, and every one of our golfers will get a beautiful trophy.
Every
one of our golfers will get a trophy.
not this big.
They come in all shapes and sizes, but that's something that's worth the price of admission right there.
That's a huge one.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy. Okay. And this is going to go to the
That'll go to one of the winning participants.
This will.
That will.
This is heavy.
It's a big. It's for real.
Yes, it is.
So we have lots of trophies. Every golfer would get at least one trophy. So we're planning on 130 golfers. That's 130 trophies.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the most fashionable golfer. We'll have the longest drive. We'll have the worst drive.
Right.
We'll have. So we have lots of trophies, and we're not afraid to give them away.
It's fun to have participation. And if I'm not a very good golfer, I still go home with something.
Hardware. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Put it up on the mantle. Tell a story.
Yeah. It's like a fishing story. It gets bigger.
It gets
and bigger.
bigger. So our golf outing, again, it's a community focused. We're looking for participation across the board. We've kept the price down to capture as many folks as we can. So all in, it's $74.
Oh, that's easy.
So
that's very reasonable.
That's your cart. That's your round of golf.
Wow.
That's the driving range before. That's the dinner. We have a gourmet barbecue luncheon that is part of the awards banquet. We've got some beautiful gift baskets, and everything is inclusive. So some golf outings you go to and you pay $75 or $100, but then it's $5 for this and $10 for that. We try not to nickel dime people. It's
enjoy the day.
One price, have a ball.
Where are you playing golf?
Bell River.
Okay.
So the course out there is fantastic. It's really looking good this year. They've been very gracious to us in supporting our efforts. They have a wonderful kitchen facility, so the food is going to be outstanding. But Bell River is going to be the course this year.
Where do I get a ticket?
So a number of ways to get a ticket. We have the flyer that you can fill out and return. We're also online. We also take credit card orders. You can call the school, the 329-4150 number. And then we also have contacts, myself, Deborah Majeski, Amber Mullins, that would be able to facilitate that request. But we're looking for golfers. We've got great sponsorship. We still have maybe a dozen teams available, so 48 golf spots left.
The date is September the 12th?
The date is September the 12th, Saturday. Father Michael has guaranteed good weather.
Good, that's good.
We've got that going for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the contests are included in it. The longest drive, the closest to the hole. Each golfer will get one mulligan.
Good.
I mean, can't go wrong there.
No.
Need lots of mulligans.
That's right.
But we give one. And it's a fun
Well, and
community.
it goes to support the parish, and that's the bottom line. And they keep,
Sure.
But you're making it fun to write a check or get to participate. So
We're not trying. We're trying not to be cost punitive, right? We didn't say let's have it $150 a person and end up with 10 people there. We'd much rather have a lot of folks there at a reasonable price that includes everything you need for that day.
Yeah. Okay. So the festival is September
20. Well, the White Elephant will run from September 22nd through the 28th. We have a few extra days. The actual chicken dinner at the KFC will be on Sunday, which will be the 29th, or excuse me, the 27th. We'll have our drawing for our raffle on the 27th as well. So people can come in between the 22nd and the 27th and enjoy the White Elephant. They can look at the bake sale, buy some bake sale items, raffle prizes, and
hear stories about how Denny won the
exactly.
tournament.
Exactly.
If I'm keeping score, there's a good chance that I won the tournament. So.
The one thing for the golf outing, if you're not a golfer, we're offering the lunch, the gourmet
Absolutely.
lunch. So you can, come. It's a beautiful venue there just to be
Absolutely.
out, in the sun and enjoy the weather in September. Should still be some really good days there.
Yeah. So absolutely right. So for $19, you can come and join us, and if you join us for lunch, you'll get a trophy.
Okay. Well, it's awful nice of you to bring me this one.
It's all yours. So I do want to thank our sponsors, if I can.
Yes,
real
please do.
quick, Paul. So I'll just run down the list. They vary in the size of the
support.
donation, but we couldn't do it without them. So Dunnigan, Mashburn Motors, Shelby Foot and Ankle, DTE Energy. Dr. Breeden has been a long-time supporter. St. Clair Realty, Zimmer Roofing, Randy Young's Funeral Home, North Star Bank, ML Schoner, Frank Ferlito at Maximus Storage, Darren out at Maple Landscaping, Bill Westrick, B&B Automotive Repair, St. Clair Packaging, and then Norbert and Joe Ellen at hers in Norbert's Hair Salon.
It's amazing how these names keep coming up. No matter what
they're
your
givers.
project is,
They're givers.
there's a small group, a
Yep.
core of people that really make it happen.
Committed to the community, wonderful supporters, great people.
So we got to support them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Keep the money here in St. Clair if you can.
Denny Askew is the guy in blue. Joanne Westrick is the lady over here from St. Mary's Catholic Church. Got some fun coming up for you. So get involved. The September the 12th, the Saturday is a golf outing. And then the week of the 22nd through the 27th is the Fall Festival, the 46th Fall Festival. Just a reminder that CTV now has its own app, which is available on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, either one, and you can be seeing all the programs that you want to see. You can see us live. There's a live button on there, so if you've missed a city council meeting or a focus program or a school board meeting or any one of our other programs, that is the spot to get it. Well, thanks again for joining us today, and don't miss the performances down at the Palmer Park with the Riverbank on the Road. And until next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. Thanks very much for tuning in. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.